Evet, sevgili YouTube, sevgili kankişler, bugün sizlerle beraber HOGWARTS Legacy'yle daha karşınızdayız. Olmadan lütfen like, abone, bildirim. Hadi hemen başlayalım.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
Kanalıma gelen herkes benim baş tacım. Ne olur abone olun, buna muhtacım. Kanalıma...
Buyur.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominous in the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
Hadi.
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Hadi let's go. Dur bir dakika, şunu ben bir alayım. Hadi bakalım, hadi let's go. Tamam. Bayağı bir işimiz yani eriyor bu ay taşlar.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries. You can't stop them.
Bombardama.
Never seen anything like that before.
Levioso.
Allah'ım orada.
Leviosa.
Depulso.
You won't stop me.
I shall avenge your death.
Not very good at it. I've been fighting
Levioso.
Ne biliyorsun?
Let's get this over with.
Protego.
I'll get you.
Bombarda.
Bombarda. Bombardımanın tadına baktın galiba. Takip et beni.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose.
Get away!
Defender. Depulso. Levioso.
I won't rest.
Bombarda.
Bombarda. Onu geçini öğrendim ya. Yok oldu.
Levioso. Depulso.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Hadi let's go. Daha dur bakalım Sebastian, daha neler ele geçireceğiz. Girmediğim maden kalmadı. Sebastian geliyor mu?
For better or for worse, we're in.
Over here!
Bombarda.
Depulso.
Depulso.
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported.
Daha Tomb Raider gibi mağaradan
Nasıl
mağaraya
vay?
anasını satayım. Örümcekler var.
Who's there?
Ranrock will unite us.
Bombarda. Cesaretli olun. Girin.
How many of Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's
Ben onu
something here
çok
they want.
korkuttum. Ben onu çok korkuttum. Tamamdır.
Revelio.
Hadi.
Wingardium Leviosa.
That ledge is awfully
Revelio.
high. Any ideas?
Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa.
Guardian Levius'u. Sen takip et.
It's no wonder
Guardian
spiders give people
Leviosa.
goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or
Smashing.
any numb. Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Takip et beni Sebastian. Prepare. Prepare'ımız da kullanıldı. Burada beşimiz yok. Guardian Levius'u. Takip et hadi beni Sebastian. Sebastian daha çok işimiz var hadi. Guardian Levius'u. Oo. Geliyor ana.
Potato.
Zehir atıcılar. Oh çok şükür. Tamam hadi öldüler. Hadi Sebastian.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Profesör Hackett. Profesör Hackett bize yine iyi
Still
dersenmişti.
not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Potato! Stop it! Pitiful! Leviosa! You're making this too easy. No! Is that it?
Bombarder!
This will not go well for you.
Potato! Leviosa!
Hanımım çektiler.
We're not finished yet.
Zehirli ana.
Bombarder! Depulso!
Defender.
Beni zehirledi.
Bombarder!
Ranrock won't be stopped.
Zehirli ana ne oldu?
We certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap.
Başka bir şey var
For
mı?
a Slytherin.
You Gryffindors don't have a monopoly on bravery, you know. A rune symbol above the cabin door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Bombarder!
Biri daha olmaz.
Wasn't expecting that. What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora. Sebastian,
Hopefully it will
I
help
think I
us
found
unravel
something.
more of this
A
mystery.
canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
Yapacağız.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas,
Ya
we can
Sebastian
probably
Efendi
assume that
gördüm ben az bir
Isadora
savaştım.
Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
Kalmışta bak böyle
Why
anladım.
hide it behind cryptic rune symbols and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here's are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
Well, this is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now,
Adam yer artlarına iniyoruz.
and now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know, goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop. Unbelievable.
Ah be Sebastian.
I wondered if you might teach me how to cast that curse you mentioned.
Oh, which one?
I'd like to learn how to cast the Cruciatus curse.
Very well. Now remember, your intention matters, and be precise with your wand movement. The incantation is Crucio. Are there any other curses you'd like to learn?
I'd like to learn how to cast the Imperious curse.
Very well. Be very precise with your wand movement. The incantation is Imperio. Are there any other curses you'd like to learn?
That's all I wanted to learn for now. Thank you.
Of course. You're the only one with whom I would entrust such knowledge. Let's speak again soon.
Vuruşuyor. Vuruşuyor. Hadi bakalım. Imperio. Bir tane lanet öğrendik. Peri ve kuruşu. Yirmi üçüncü düzeye nasıl ulaşacağız biz ya? Galiba 23. düzey final. Oy. 23. düzey galiba final. Crucio ve Imperio. Boom. Müdüre konuşuyor. Üçüncü gardiyan denemesinin yerini bulun. Ya ben nasıl dedim lan ona? Reka. Ne yoktu lan? Resmin sırrını keşfedin. Gobstone gobları. Üç süpürgede Tiron'la Ryan ile konuşun. Gerçek arkadaş. Rona'yla mı konuşacağız?
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Bir ona. Bizim işimiz anasını zaten bir de 23 seviye olacağız. Anasını satayım, oyunda 20 seviye girene kadar benim göbeğim çatlayacak ya. Şimdi Sirona'yla mı konuşuyoruz? Victor Rockwood. Sen şimdi görürsün.
An honest day's work.
I wonder where they go.
Hele Sirona.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgog?
Onunla konuştum.
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
Ne yapacağız
I
Sirona?
do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in
Bence
and see
sıra
her.
geliyor valla.
She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion.
Rişove
And
imperium.
you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find
Eyvallah,
the
sağ ol.
hamlet just north of Hogsmeade.
Gerçekten arkadaş.
Please do give Dot my love.
Baya bir görev yaptık ha. Nasıl şeyin görevini de tamamladık.
I don't think anyone of them would.
Daha başka ne yapacağım?
Upper Hogsfield.
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now.
Selamünaleyküm.
Had by dark wizards he was.
Excuse me. Did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practising dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists.
namussuz
They
şerefsiz
seem to
Ranrock.
be everywhere.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Hadi let's go. Ay yollar durmadan terke merke kaynıyordu bak be ya. Yasaklı olmaz.
Bombarda. Protego. Defender. Levioso. Depulso. Bombarda. Levioso. Depulso. Defender. Protego.
Is that Inferius wearing a woolly jumper? That must be Bardolph.
Depulso. Defender. Bombarda. Protego.
Bardolph's woolen jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him.
Depulso. Defender. Levioso. Protego. Bombarda. Bombarda.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
I do hope my brother is all right.
Madame Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Bardolph? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd.
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. This can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news.
Yapacak bir şeyim yoktu. Bana saldırdı.
Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph.
Kusura bakmayın. Elimden gelen en iyisini yap.
Come now, don't be stingy.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh,
dear Sirona, a gem, has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aiden used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him.
Efendim bakın ben o kadar büyücülük dersi görüyorum var ya canım çıkıyor canım.
I can certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aiden died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aiden took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home.
Efendim savaşıyorum. Ben bir
The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can
gather hawk lumps and
collect the box of letters there.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Vay be. Gerçekten arkadaş. Hele bir bas. Beni bekleyen biriler var. Taş temel. Ben ilk önce bekliyor. Nati. Let's go. Beni şu anda Nati bekliyor. Nati. Ulan Nati. Bu arkadaş. Hadi girmeyelim. Be. Be. Bir dakika. Akyo'yla bir belge daha topladık. Sen açılabiliyor musun? Yok, sen açılamıyor. Şimdi ben gidip Nati ile konuşacağım. Artı bir de Poppy ile de mi konuşacağım?
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
Doğuştan hazırım.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead.
Şimdi ne yapacağız?
I saw some ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning his residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
Okay.
Hopefully by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Benim acilen gitmem lazım. Ona şöyle bir bakalım neler yapabiliyorum. Selamünaleyküm.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco.
Selamünaleyküm.
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Teşekkürler.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Mr. Bickles. Mr. Bickles'a mı gidiyoruz? Mr. Bickles.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
So quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything.
Vay, bu Rockwood ve Renrock çok şey saklıyor.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Şimdi gidiyoruz en son kişiye.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Selamünaleyküm.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps.
namuslular.
But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small
Sana
book
daha
of
büyüğü
poetry
öğrendiğimize göre.
as a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate. I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
Başıma gelmedi, kolay kalmadı yani.
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Hani şimdi Nat'yla gidip her şeyi anlatacağız. Bildiğin üzere. Kedicik. Ne öğrendiğimi bir bilsem var ya. Feleğin şaşar feleğin. Ne büyüde öğrendiğimi bir bilsem var ya. Feleğin şaşar feleğin. Natty.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Oksiten niye gitti bu kız ya? Ben seni ben bir aşağı. Ne oldu? Aklını aldım değil mi?
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Beni bu kış günü suya soktun yani, aşk olsun sana.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio!
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Schwinder sığınağı.
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Devolso! Accio!
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quick.
Ama Natty'yi kurtaracağız.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
It's not gonna work.
It might.
Using that girl as bait, Alan's coming for her. We ought to just kill her.
Her friend would be reckless enough. He wants them alive.
Depulso!
Hang on!
Bombarda!
Reductor!
Depulso! Defender! Protego!
Quite conductive, aren't we? You will not.
Leviosa!
You'll peter out soon enough.
To your knees.
Bombarda!
I'm not done with you.
Depulso!
Oh, let you scoop!
Death through the glass.
Better next time.
Bombarda! Depulso! Leviosa! Defender!
What are your faults? Ah, how delightful.
Protego!
That the best you can do?
Bombarda! Depulso!
Şerefsizler sizi.
Depulso! Defender! Leviosa!
I hope you have it. He must be here somewhere.
Protego! Incendio! Expulsion! I'd advise you not to do that.
Bombarda!
Flash of inspiration. Real quick,
Defender!
this has become personal.
Şerefsiz seni.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's
Kahraman,
skill
geldim
with
sizi
wandless magic
kurtarmaya.
cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Revelio!
Natty? Natty'yi de kaçırmışlar.
My wand is somewhere else. I can tell.
Revelio!
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there.
Arkadaşlar.
Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back.
Buyurun.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to separate with you both, but I can try.
Şerefsizlere bak.
You go
Yoksa
ahead.
ne diyorlar?
Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and
Memur Singer'ı bulalım. Ne oldu lan? Siz Nati'yi kaçırabileceğinizi mi zannettiniz? Oğlum. Memur Singer.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Rica ederim. Ne demek her zaman. Akıyor. Victory. Sürpriz buluşma. Hadi bakalım. Poppy ile buluşacağız. Poppy nerede? Poppy nerede? Ne uzaktaymışsın Poppy? Poppy çok uzaktaymışsın Poppy. Poppy çok uzaktaymışsın. Abi sen yine yat kalk bana dua et ha. Müdüre müdüre müdüre hanım. Müdüre müdüre müdüre hanım. Müdüre müdüre müdüre hanım. Yasaklı olma. En tehlikelisi yasaklı olma.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Geldim Poppy.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Once we tell them about the snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them
Bak
that's
sana bile yardım ediyorum bak.
knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're
Ben
absolutely
benim
right.
adı sen ne yapacaktın?
We'll meet with them, tell them about the snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
Ne oluyor lan? Tartöller mi geliyor? Tartöller geldi. Hayır hayır.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continues to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone.
Lan
What do
daha
moonstones
bütün
have to do with
bileceklerdi.
Snidgets?
O çok
And
bakıyorum.
why was he so certain about where we could find one?
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Adios. Hogwarts nerede lan? Bu sefer de gidelim. Senator.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Ben işimi yaprak yok lan.
Mine now, dummy guys.
Buldum.
Accio.
B seviye şimdiden atladı. Şeyi elemiyor. Müdüre konuşuyor. Nerede? Harita odasında Profesör Naima fotoğrafıyla konuşun.
You're worrying far too much. Nobody's looking at...
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Dın dın dın dın dın dın dın dın dın dın dın. Harita odası. Dın dın dın dın dın. Harita odasında Profesör Niam İsker'in portresiyle konuşun. Natasyonan.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Dur. Gel. Beni götür. Yine profesörle mi şimdi ben konuşacağım? Ya profesörle konuşacağız, sonra oyunu bir save alalım, sonra da kapatalım. Hayır, başı geliyormuş. Yok oldu.
Welcome back.
Professor.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Aha, görev tamamlandı. Daha bir şey var mı?
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Profesör Fig'in ofisinde ile konuşun. Profesör Fig'in ofisinde mi konuşacağız? Var ki işimiz, var ki işimiz. Profesör Fig, tek umudum sensin anam. Tek umudum sensin kral. Acilen bana yetiş. De çok acilen. Fig. Ben Profesör Fig'e mi gideceğim? Arkadaş yapmadığım görev kalmadı benim ya. Hemen hemen. Ay 23 seviyede olduk. Yılbaşın geliyor. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Profesör Fig, Profesör Fig. Pero. Bekleyelim.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Eyvah.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle.
You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student? Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather...
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners? Stand proud, purebloods. The future is...
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
Professor Black, how are...
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have...
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kagawa...
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
You call that a shine on those boots?
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that much.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Scrope's as hard a worker as any house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
But certainly I remember. It's still stronger together, no?
Master has made Scrope laugh.
Of course I remember. It's the Black family reigns.
Is Master giving Scrope a test?
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Bombarda. Confringo.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. Revelio. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
Şimdi başlıyoruz.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal.
Yostar ve Sidat. Yostar ve Sidat.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and in this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right. I see a staircase straight ahead.
Ay.
Death. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
Oğlum bu nasıl bir oyun ha böyle?
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward.
Ha bak burası açılmış.
Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
Lan bu ne tuhaf bir oyun la böyle.
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
Depulso! Descendo! Depulso! Bombarda! Bombarda! Protego! Descendo! Debolso! Bombarda! Protego! Depulso!
Depulso! Bölüm.
Depulso! Protego! Depulso! Descendo! Defendo! Bombarda! Depulso! Defendo! Bombarda! Descendo!
Damn it.
Protego! Depulso! Descendo! Defendo! Bombarda! Protego! Depulso! Descendo! Defendo! Bombarda! Bombarda! Defendo! Protego! Protego!
Ölüm, pes edeceksin ölüm. Ölüm, pes edeceksin ölüm. Ölüm. Depulso, depulso.
A simple stone. This must be for me.
En sonunda taş benim.
You are far from finished.
Baş denemesini
Pass
tamamla.
through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
She's gone.
Oh, poor Neve.
Neve. May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you
Arkadaş
can
biz neler
eliminate
yaşıyoruz
darkness
ya.
does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Bir damla daha aktı. Haydi bismillah. Depa olsun. Lan kimlerin anasını göreceğiz acaba?
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
Arkadaş nereye yaşadık
You
biz
haven't
ya?
stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Vay arkadaş, Isatora'ya bak la sen. Arkadaş yaşamadığımız hiçbir şey kalmamış ki la bizim. Harita odasına dön. İran koruyucu. Oo,
Is
bu
it
Arap.
true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
Tamamladı mı?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakalim.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I was amazed to see that it seemed to give her some sort of power, and that she could harness it. But how?
I worry that you seem more intrigued than repulsed. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier.
Ranrock
has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
I'm Professor Fig. To a Hollywood hero. I'm Professor Fig. Ya arkadaş bir de 24 seviyem olacağız biz ya.
I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
Ulan aga sen de yenilmez bir şeymiş ya Sebastian Salov. Çok yoruldum vallahi billahi ya. Anasını satayım. Daha ben yarın doktora gireceğim ki bak ben be ya. Of ama iyi oldu. Bayağı da bir ilerledik ha. Yüzde kaç ilerlediğimizi bilmiyorum ama bayağı da bir ilerledik.
That Ray's girl thinks she can fly better than anyone. All talk if you are.
Meyyele bir bas. Gryffindor ortak odasına ele beni götür. O kadar ilerledim. Astat fastat taley biyalog. Anasını satayım. 3 tane profesörün anasını gördüm yemin ediyorum. 3 tane profesörün. Son profesörün anasını görsem artık olsam da kan yemem.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Ve rahatladım vallahi billahi ya. Sonuncu profesöre girene kadar canım çıktı. Evet o zaman sevgili YouTube sevgili kankişler lütfen like abone bildirim. Allah'a emanet olun. Bay bay. Like abone bildirim. Bay bay görüşürüz. Allah'a emanet olun. Bay bay görüşürüz. Seviyorsunuz. Allah'a emanet olun. Bay bay görüşürüz. Herkese iyi akşamlar iyi geceler dilerim.